Hi, Tim Jones here with Eternal Works, and I am excited to walk you through the one-page marketing plan today. Um, Maybe you've seen something like this, maybe you haven't. For us, we do strategic planning, or at least we did do strategic planning at the beginning of December each year to prepare for the following year. We now do our strategic planning every quarter, which we just found to be more effective for our business, allowed us to pivot a little bit more. So as we were doing, the point of that is we were doing our strategic planning and we were looking at what was bringing us the most impact, what gave us the most impact out of that strategic plan, and how could we share that with others and keep it simple. And so there was a marketing portion in the plan that we found the most value from that allowed us to execute things very easily, kept things simple. We weren't overworking ourselves. We were able to get things done and continue to service our clients simultaneously. And so that's the point, right? We don't know how much time you have outside of servicing your clients. And so we wanted to come up with a plan that was simple. We did not invent one-page marketing plans. There are a ton of them out there. We have used quite a few and read books and different things. And so some of this is inspired from that. Other parts are inspired from our strategic plan that we do quarter over quarter. We were doing, my wife and I, and also she's my business partner, we were doing annually and found great results from. So we wanted to kind of pull that together into something very easy to use that removed a lot of the fluff and extra stuff that made it more complex, so that you can move a lot quicker and be nimble with this. So keep in mind, the beauty of this is the simplicity. That's what makes it great. We don't want to bog you down with a whole bunch of details and stat columns and all these different things. We just want to make sure that you're able to improve your marketing every month and every quarter. The whole purpose of marketing is to drive awareness to your business for the sake of increasing revenue. So if you want to simplify it, the purpose of marketing is increasing revenue. Just keep that in mind. So this plan is very simple, and I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. If you've done one of these before, it's going to feel very familiar. Hopefully you'll get some tips to help you create a better plan for yourself. If you've never done one of these before, you're going to find that it's very easy to use. Just don't overthink it. So it's broken into three parts. There's a part that's about you, a part about who you're advertising or marketing to, and then how you're going to market to those people. All right, so we'll start right up here with you. Your business should go here. Your industry should go here. The term, which is the time period you're going to execute this plan. So when it's going to start, when it's going to end, and that means this stuff. So when is this stuff going to start going? Not when you're going to start working on it, but when it's actually going to start running that period. We say quarter three and we list out the months and the year. That way someone can come in, look at quarter three and know we mean July, August, and September. If you're mentioning quarter three in conversation, they may not know when your quarter is compared to ours. So you just want to define that if you can, or just go with the months. Makes it much easier. Right? So then the last part is budget. We put $1,000 as an example. We always recommend that you use 10% of your revenue towards your marketing budget. And that could be simply last month's revenue. It could be last quarter's revenue. It could be last year's revenue. So you can go in here, you can put monthly, quarterly, or annually. And it doesn't matter if you do that based on what you like. If you don't have to put annually because you want to do last year's, right? You can say, oh, based on this example, we made, whatever last year. And so we're going to do $1,000 a month. So we'll say in this example, it's 120K. So you made 120K last year. And so you have $1,000 a month. You don't have to put $12,000 a year in here. You can break it down. You can break it down by month, quarter. You can say specific months. So maybe July, because you're going by quarter, July, you want to do $1,000. August, you do 900 because you didn't make as much. And then September, you do 1,200 because you made a little more. So you can come in here and put 1,000, 900, 1,200 and know you mean for each month. The point is knowing how much you have to spend on your marketing each month. We don't want to just leave it open because we don't want you to underspend, and we certainly don't want you to overspend and put yourself in a really bad position. Not being able to pay bills or something like that, or expenses that your business relies on. So we want to define that so that every strategy we come up with fits within that budget. So whether or not it makes it into the plan is simply determined by whether or not it fits in the budget. If it's not in the budget, we don't do it. Right? Cool. So that's that part. The next part is about who you're targeting. So who are you targeting? In this example, we're targeting small business owners that have been in business at least 5 years, They have at least 300K in annual revenue and they want to grow their business, right? What problem do they have? Let me clarify. What problem do they have that you can solve? For us, we're a marketing company and branding. They're trying to grow. The problem they have that we can help them with is getting targeted leads. It would not benefit us to write a plan if their problem, which it still could be, this could be another problem, is that their trucks need to be fixed or that they don't have enough vehicles for all of their teams and crews to do the work they need to do, right? Those are not problems that we solve. So we want to make sure we write a problem that they have that we can actually solve. So within our service offering, what are we selling them and how much are we selling it for? In this example, we're selling them a paid ad spend for $1,000 a month. And we have a cost breakdown. We're just details that we have to share with the client. I want to make sure are kind of in here, or at least a summary of that. And that's what they spend $300 with us and $700 with that combines for the total spend monthly. So $700 with Google or whoever they're buying the ads from. We're managing them. So that's our part. Not relevant to you per se, but relevant for the example. Just to say that if you have little nuances like that, you might want to write them down as well. So that's what we're selling them and how much we're selling it for within our service offering that solves their problem. So why do they need it and how does it solve their problem? Why they need it is because it can bring them a solution today. It can bring them targeted leads right now. How does it solve their problem? By only advertising to people who are looking for what they do. So I mentioned trucks and crews. So we'll say they're a lawn care company. We're not going to see these ads. You're not going to see these ads. No one's going to see these ads if what they're looking for is to buy a new car or plane tickets or a plumber. These ads are not going to show up. Where these ads are going to show up is when they're looking for a lawn care service or when they're buying a new home, possibly, right? Because new homes have yards that need to be cared for. So it's a lower qualified lead, but we know ultimately someone looking for lawn care services is going to see that ad. Someone not looking for lawn care is not going to see that ad. So that's about them. And again, these are all within. We list these out. These are great pieces of information to work your content from, right? Need more leads, need more targeted leads. Use pay-per-click at $1,000 a month to get leads today from people actually looking for your service, right? That's just me quickly writing, an ad, some ad copy for pay-per-click, whatever. But you'll use this information to funnel how you write your content, how you write your ads and different things to target these people and even your conversation with them, right? Cool. All right, so the next part is what are we doing to build awareness? How are we going to get these people on the phone with us, in our inbox, in our email, on social media? What are we doing to connect with these and attract more of these people? Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're telling them they should pay for ads. We're going to drink our own Kool-Aid and we're going to pay for ads. I prefer drink our own Kool-Aid over dog food. I think dog food probably just in my mind, it probably tastes really nasty. Never tried it. But I remember Kool-Aid as a kid. It was really good. Probably more sugar than I needed, but it was great. So we'll drink our own Kool-Aid. Anywho, back on plan here. So we're going to do paid ads through Google. Our monthly budget is going to be $300 a month. That fits in here. That also leaves us $700 per month still in our budget, right? How often are we going to do it? We're going to do it monthly. That's why I said $700 per month still. So monthly means each one of these months within the term, right? So we may continue that just depending on how good or bad it's going. But we know we're going to do it through the entire term. What needs to happen next to get these going? We got to create the ads, right? So we got to create the ads so they can start running in July. What do we want from them? And I'll go back to that in a little bit, and I'll show you why I emphasize that a little more. But so what do we want? What's the desired result or KPI from our ad spend? We want 20 leads per month. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to need to spend more than $300, but that's our goal. So that's going to tell us kind of what we need to do here or there, right? Who owns the responsibility of this? I do. So I'm the one that makes sure it launches by when? July 1st, right? So I can have someone else write all the copy, but we need to be ready to go on the 1st. I can have someone set it up, but we need to launch on the 1st. I'm just responsible for making sure that we are getting it done. So I'm essentially the project manager, if you will, on that. What's the next thing we're going to do, right? We're trying to target small business owners. So we're going to join some small business associations. How much do we have to spend on that? About $500. So that puts us all in at $800. We got a little little wiggle room in case this costs a little more. BNI, I think, is a little more than that. I think the chamber is a little more than that, maybe $525 or $600. It still fits within our $1,000 a month. How often are we going to do it? We're going to do it twice during our term, right? What needs to happen next? We need to attend the events. Typically, when you attend small business association events, they invite you to join. So by attending, you can thus join them and start attending them regularly each month. What's the desired result we want from that? We want not leads. We want 10 coffees or calls per month from each. So really, this is another 20 coffees or 20 calls per month from each. Each one should generate 2 to 5 leads for you. These leads should be more qualified because they're coming through referrals and introductions or direct relationships. So they should be more qualified than what you're getting here. But there'll probably be less of them because it's a smaller pool of people to pull from. But essentially, we're adding somewhere probably between 4 and 10 high quality leads to the 20 we're already getting, right? Or we want from here. So those are our goals. Who owns this? Me. That means either I'm going to the events or I'm responsible for making sure someone does attend the event. When's this due? We should have both of these done by August 1st. So we should join both of these associations by August 1st. So what does this look like? So one, that means we've got to join one here. So we'll probably write a check for the first one sometime in July, but we'll write a check for the second one on August 1st. That keeps us within our monthly budget of $800. Got a little wiggle room in case we want to spend a little more or less on the ads, or in case these associations cost a little over $600. Right? We can roll in the additional funds into the forward months or save it for later. Keep it for the change in ad spend. So I said created ads here and what this kind of looks like. I wanted to talk about this a little bit. You see the date is July, August, September. I don't know if you can see the date down here, but it's Monday, April 16th, 2018, right? That's just implying that this stuff should be planned well ahead so that you have the time, the runway to get the work done, whatever needs to happen next before its due date. So that by when the term starts, you can hit the ground running. So we don't want to start creating the ad in July and then we're only running it for August, September. We need to create the ad before July so that we can have it up and running by the 1st of July. That's the goal there, right? So once we put that in place, here's the cool thing. It runs. Those ads run automatically. We don't have to do them every month. They're up and going July, August, September. When we join this association, each one of these, we join one here and we join one here in August. Both of those are going to keep running. The membership is annual. So I put them in place and now they've stacked on top of my ads. So while the ads are running, I'm attending these 2 events. So 1 event here and then 2 events in August, 2 events in September while the ads are running. So you see how that increases my leads. So if we look, the first month in July, we're looking for 20 leads from this, and then we're getting 5, probably 2 to 5 leads in that first month, which will probably drop closer to August. By September, we're getting a total of 30 leads a month is what we're going towards, right? That's in place. And if it works out that way, then it continues into the next quarter and keeps going, and you should see an increase in your revenue. And so now you can take that extra ad spend or the increase in revenue ad spend and apply it to the next quarter. And now you can join a third association, run more ads, create a brochure, maybe run ads on another platform like Facebook, or do something else, maybe prepare for a television spot. It's going to cost you way more than that. But at least now you can start creating content, doing SEO or something else to add on top of these 2 efforts. And that's really what makes this plan so great. That's the simplicity of it, is you're able to implement one thing, get it in place, and then come behind it and implement another thing and it's in place. And so you're not running around like a chicken with your head cut off and overwhelmed trying to do 10 different strategies. You're working on one strategy at a time and layering them over top of one another so that they increase and create an exponential result. Right? So you'll look here, there's only room for so many strategies, 7, right? So there's no way that you can do more than 2 per month. You're not going to be able to do 3 a month unless you just said, I'm going to do everything in July, which would be insane to us. Like I would recommend against it. I think if you do too much in one month, you're not going to get it all done and you're not going to be able to manage it properly. And you're going to execute on it poorly, which means the ad copy or whatever content you're writing around it won't be well targeted or well written enough to really penetrate the audience you're trying to penetrate. So the beauty of it is keep it simple, do 1 or 2 things per month, and build. And then the next quarter, add a couple more things per month. And you'll find that you have a really robust marketing strategy in place and some really strong marketing going by the end of the year or by the end of the term. So that's it, guys. It's pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy, nothing hectic. Just add one or two things and share your success stories with us. Tell us about how it's going. Tell us what you did. Tell us how it went. Tell us if you did too much. Tell us if you thought you did too little. But ultimately, tell us the results you're getting. I really want to hear these success stories. I really want your feedback on this plan and whether or not it worked for you. All right. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks again. This is Tim Jones with Eternal Works. We do marketing that works, and that's what this marketing plan is for you. All right. Look forward to hearing from you later.